Hey guys, I have a fun project for you today that you can use using some of your Canvas Corp papers and just like a manila envelope that's probably laying around your office already. You can see that this one is already kind of used and crunched up, but I'm not worried about that. I'm going to be making a file folder game for kids, and I thought that this alphabet paper, this is the Baby Boy Alpha from Canvas Corp Snips and Snails mix and match pad. I thought it would be really cute to do like an alphabet file folder game. So I'm going to get started here. I think the first thing that I'm going to do is go ahead and cut out all of these alphabet letters. And it's really nice that they are all the same size because I can just use my straight edge cutter and do this really quickly. Alright, so I have them all cut the long way, and I think I'm just going to take my scissors now and cut them this way. It'll just be easier instead of trying to cut them all these little pieces on my straight edge cutter. Sometimes the paper likes to move around while I'm trying to cut. Now if you're not familiar with file folder games, it's a really easy concept. You just kind of put together sort of different ideas in a file folder, and it's for your kids. I kind of learned this through my teaching classes at college. There's a lot of different ways you can make matching games and learning games, and this one is geared towards alphabet, but there's a whole bunch of different games you can do. You can look it up on Pinterest, file folder games, or just on any kind of teaching and learning sites, and it's just really fun. They're really nice because you can slip them in the back pocket of your car seats and take them with you when you go somewhere. If you're in a waiting room, your kids can play with them while they're waiting, and it's just a really fun learning tool. Alright, so I have all my letters cut out. I have them separated from uppercase and lowercase. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of something with those a little bit later on. So I want to set them aside, and now I'm going to take my just my plain vanilla envelope, and I want to decorate the front of it, and I'm going to use that using some coordinating papers that kind of coordinates with the colors in my letters. So this one is Canvas Corp's Blue and Ivory Mini Dot Reverse, and I just thought it was really cute. It didn't come in the same mix and match pad that those did. I ordered this one separately, but it matched the colors, and that's what I'm going for. So I'm going to slip this in the inside. I'm going to use this to cover the front of my envelope. So I want to take a pencil, if I can find one, and then just trace along the outside of this. And then I'm just going to cut this out by hand. And one of the good things about using some more paper to cover your envelope with is that it'll make it a little bit more sturdy, so that when the kids are playing with it, it won't get beat up quite as much. But I'm also going to laminate it, so that will help as well. If you're a teacher or if you've taught at all, you know that teachers like to laminate everything. And I'll show you my laminator, and I'll give you a few different ideas of how you can laminate after I get this ready. I'm going to save that side for another project. So I have this cut out, and it's going to go on the front just like this. So I'm going to go ahead and tape it down. I'm just lining it up as best as I can, and then I don't have anything overhanging, so that's pretty good. Now I could leave it just like this, but I think I kind of want to put something on the back too. This tab is a little bit beat up already, so I want something to just kind of steady it. I have this paper. I don't remember where it's from. It's not Canvas Corp, but I liked the bold stripes with the polka dots. So I'm just going to go ahead and use this for the back side. Okay, so I have the front and the back done. I just have the papers glued down. I didn't worry too much about getting the backs all covered because I'm going to laminate this, so it's just going to hold it all together. So I didn't put a ton of adhesive on just yet. So now I'm going to leave the inside kind of blank, since these letters that I'm using already have a lot of pattern going on. So I want to use it kind of blank. I'm just going to sort of lay them out. Alright, so I have my file folder all put together. I have the outside decorated, and I have all my letters glued down on the inside. Now I want to laminate this, but it will not fit through my laminator. I have a small one. I also have a Xyron Creative Station, but that's not big enough either. It'll fit through this way, but won't fit through this way, and of course it won't fit through this way. So I don't want to laminate it together because that won't really work. So anyway, what I'm going to do is, if you have something that really won't fit through your laminator, you can get clear contact paper. And that's what I have, and that's what I'm going to have to use to laminate this with. So all you want to do is measure it out. And it's not quite as simple as using your laminator, but it does work. You have to be careful when you are laminating with just contact paper because it tends to wrinkle, and so it's kind of hard to do on your own sometimes if you're laminating something really big. You have to be careful when you're peeling it up. So anyway, I have this piece here, I have it cut out, and you just want to peel it back, this coating here, and then it'll be sticky. There we go. Peel it back very carefully. I find that it's easier if you peel it back on itself, kind of like, instead of holding it up, hold it down and just peel it back like this. There you go. Get rid of that. See if I can do this. Which way did it go? Okay, so I'm just going to lay this down open on my contact paper and push out from the middle out. Make sure my back, no wrinkles on the front, so that's good. The tricky part is when you're putting another piece down on top of it. Okay, so I have another piece cut, and the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to take this piece that I've already laminated and put it face down on top of my other piece. And you want to try not to get like any dirt or hairs in there. Because once it's stuck, it's stuck. Okay, now push out from the sides and just really get it sticking good. Stick down on the edges. Turn it over. No wrinkles, so that's a good thing. And then of course you just want to go ahead and trim up the sides. And when you're doing that, just make sure that you leave a little bit. Don't trim completely right up to the edge. Leave a little bit of the edge, because if you trim up to the edge, it could start to peel away. But if you leave a little bit, it'll stick better. So I'm just going to go ahead and trim it. There we go. So I have the edges trimmed, just making sure it's all stuck down really good. There's no bubbles in there. And then what you want to do is fold it, make a nice crease. This is my laminator by, I think it's Your Story. This is my Your Story laminator. So I need to turn it on, and then I need to push laminate, because this machine does two things. It laminates and it will bind books. So that's kind of fun. But I really like it for the laminating. And I ran out of the laminating pouches that came with it. So the Scotch thermal laminating pouches fit, and they work in there just fine. These are 8.5 by 11, so they work on regular size papers. And what you do is you just open up the pouch, and it's not sticky like a sticker, but it kind of has a little bit of a, it'll hold your little pieces kind of in place. And so I want to take my little pieces and just want to get them up there in that crease, if you can see. And I do want to leave space between them, because you're going to have to cut them out, and you do want to leave a little bit of a border. So I want to get these all lined up in here. And actually, what might help while you're doing this is put a piece of paper under it. That way, after you're done putting all your little pieces in there, you can pick up the piece of paper and they won't all fall all over after you've arranged them so carefully. Okay, so I have them all in here. I'm going to carefully cover them so they're in the pocket. And kind of smooth it out a little bit. And then once my machine beeps, that means it's ready and I can put them through. So my machine beeped, it's ready, it's all heated up. So this is where it comes in really handy that you have something underneath, because you do want to feed this in straight. Oops. You don't want your little pieces to all move around, so I'm just going to kind of gently push it until I feel the machine start to taking it, and then I'm just going to let the machine take it. I'm not going to mess with it too much, and I want it to go in straight, because if you kind of can get up or down, you might get wrinkles as it laminates. So I'm just letting the machine do its thing and running it through. And if you can see, it'll start to come out the other side. So as it goes through the heat, this plastic hardens and it gives it a really nice laminated coating. So then go ahead and cut out all your little pieces after they've been laminated. Alright, so I don't have them all cut out, but just for the sake of time, I want to go ahead and show you how this little file folder game is going to work. So I have my pieces here, and the idea is that your kids can match up the capital letters with the lowercase letters, but we need somehow to stick them together. So here's what I like to do. I like to find these Velcro dots, and you can get them in white and black. I'm going to use the white, and you just take one of the Velcro dots and just figure out a place to stick it that won't be right over the letters so the kids can still see where they go. Maybe like right up here. And then line up your capital letter and then put the other, you can even just put it on, stick it together, and then put your capital letter on there. And you have a way for the kids to match up their letters. So that's kind of the idea. It's kind of just a fun little learning game that you can take with you on the go, throw it in a backpack, or if you're going on a trip or flying or something, it gives them something to do. Little quiet game in the car. And the great thing is that if you have all of these letters stuck together, when you're not playing with it, just have them all stuck down, fold it up, and you're ready to go. You can also take the letters off and throw them in a Ziploc baggie if you don't want to risk them getting lost, but it's just really a fun learning tool for like preschool or kindergarten age kids, and I really like the papers in these fun patterns and colors, and I think there's just a lot of fun ideas that you can do with it. So hopefully that gives you an idea of something to do with your kids, and just some fun learning games and things you can do with Canvas Corp. And hopefully you learned a little bit something about laminating. I'm not an expert, but it gives you a few different options. If you don't have a heat laminator, you can always just go buy a roll of contact paper. You can see that I have this huge roll because when I was doing a lot of my preschool teaching, I would laminate everything, and I had some left over, and I just kept it because I know when my son gets a little bit older, I'm going to be using it a lot to do a lot of this kind of teaching resources. So thank you for watching. Hopefully that gives you some great inspiration, and hopefully I'll catch you next time. Bye.